Welcome to a Banyan residence. I want you to know that we have a unique program here that's specially designed for seniors and people that need assistance with activities of daily living. Like all of your design features here take in mind things like tripping hazards and fall risk, as well as memory care. You may not have any problems. You may be totally independent, but as you age in place, these features are going to help you age in place and stay safe, okay? Let's start off with just the way you enter the door. The way we work here is that everybody gets fresh air. So we don't have interior corridors, we have exterior doors. And so everybody comes out of the room in the mornings and they walk up through this covered pathway and they work their way up to the dining room. So they get some fresh air in the meantime. You might hear some water in the background. And if you also notice, at each courtyard, we have 4 neighborhoods. And each neighborhood has a water feature. It's, in this particular case, it's a koi fish pond. And in the other cases, they're water fountains. We like the sound of water. It's very spa-like, it's soothing. So we get to the door, and if you notice that they're all levers. All the doors in the whole place are levers. Have you ever had that problem grabbing knobs? Well, here it takes that in mind, and they're all levers. Come on in. If you notice the threshold, it's flat. Yes. And if you notice, there's no closure on the door. That's because if you're in a walker, that closure will pull you down. Wheelchairs, they're wheeling in and wheeling out. There's no steps in the entire facility. So a wheelchair can access 100% with ease. There's no closures. All the doors going in and out of the clubhouse are automatic. They're electric. So they just open up. And with all the rooms have 50-inch TVs, smart and wireless. So let's say your favorite show's on Netflix. So on Netflix, you have an account at home. Well, you'll have the same thing here. So your Netflix account, it could be Disney. You might be on Showtime. So all those apps are right here on this TV, and you'll enjoy the same program. You might be watching a series, and you'll start with your series right where you left off from home. This is designer vinyl flooring. It's, recycled, antibacterial, but most importantly is there's no carpeting in the facility. Carpet harbors dirt, and at the end of the day, it's a trip hazard. So here we don't have any carpeting, and when the floor is clean, you know it's clean. We have these built-in California closets. The doors open both wide, so you have good access. The light comes on automatically.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. So now you can actually see your stuff. And all these drawers are full extending, and they're all self-closing. Very nice, right? So it's the hardware that's important. And if you notice, we actually hang the units off the wall so that you can get underneath and you can clean all in there, right? But for shoes, you can put all your shoes down there and it frees up the real estate so you don't have a chest of drawers in your room. How nice is that?
Take a nap. Want a blanket?
Yeah.
Want a blanket. Put it on my feet.
Healthcare. This is healthcare quality. It is not institutional. It is very much high quality. It's all leather, and every person that moves in here gets one of these. All this furniture comes with the deal.
Okay.
Or you might have your own furniture. We don't mind. It's hard to give this up, but if you decide at the end of the day you want your furniture, we like your furniture, we'll take all this gear out. No problem. These beds, they're vinyl covered. Antibacterial vinyl, and all you have to do is wash them down with bleach and we're good. Well, that's important because some people have accidents. Some people have continency issues. We can make them feel a little bit better if they have an accident because they're not going to ruin the mattress. All this furniture is new technology, and basically it looks like rich wood, but it's actually resin. But the reason we do it is because wood is very unforgiving.
Right.
It gets beat up. Walkers and all this stuff and moving it, we're only using this technology now. It doesn't get beat up. You can understand that, right?
Right.
A resin, if you nick it, it nicks, but it's good. So the idea is to keep the cost down of running these places by having really good technology. I also want to put out these big windows, and they're all thermal insulated, soundproof. And then all the rooms comes with this interior design, window treatments and that kind of thing. So this is not just a model. This is your room. It has a dark out shade that you pull down, and then you have the sheer curtain. And if you notice, there was some coordination between the granite windowsill height and the bed height and the curtain height. We were quite mindful of it so that inevitably residents like to push their bed up against the wall to keep them from falling out. So in this particular case, they're not going to get all caught up in the curtain or the windowsill. It's all perfectly designed that way. Let me tell you about the air conditioning. It's all central air, but it's all done by an energy management system. So let's say you typically like it between 70 and 78. That's what the preset will be. And so not only does that provide good quality air conditioning, but you don't have to worry about the bill because it's included in your rent. That's a motion detector. Let's say that you're at risk of falling. You got some meds, maybe sleeping meds, and you've already had a fall. And so on our safety plan, one of the options is maybe you fell in the bathroom already and you get up in the middle of the night, you're a little bit groggy, off balance because of your medications, and you fell. You fell off the toilet or you lost your balance. So one of the safety measures that we have is the motion detector. And so what the motion detector will do is it will sense, if you get up to go to the bathroom at 3 in the morning, it will send off the nurse call system. You won't know it. It sends it off up at the nurse call system. And so they see, oh, Nan's on the run. We gotta hurry back there and catch her before she falls again. And so it's not gonna be that you're not gonna know it. You're groggy, you're getting up to go to the bathroom. By the time you get in there, somebody's here to help you. You say, well, no, Nan, why didn't you pull the cord? You see the cord? Why did you pull the cord? Oh, I didn't want to bother you. I just had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's okay. You didn't bother us. And we prevented you from that fall. That's a safety measure. You can turn it on or off. If you're not a fall risk, and even if you are a fall risk, you might not have that as a safety measure. But if you do, we have the option of having it as a safety measure. We got a kitchenette. The fridge is full. So we have our own brand of bottled water, and we stock the refrigerators full of bottled water.
Really?
And every night we put bottled water on the nightstands with tissue boxes.
Really?
People don't do that in assisted living. You're supposed to bring your own furniture and your own stuff. But here we do like a resort, concierge. And the point is we're trying to hydrate you. And if it's available, you'll drink more.
Yes.
Yes. You can have your own tea kettle. You can have your own coffee maker. And you can actually have some stuff here, your favorite snacks, and you can put some ice cream in the freezer so that you can have some independence without having to go up to the clubhouse, right? I appreciate the prettiness of it, but it's the functionality that matters to me.
Yes.
So here, if you have a wheelchair, you can pull in underneath
Yeah.
and still maintain your independence with grooming. Mirrors, the height of the mirrors are adjusted for wheelchair. Everything's ADA compliant. So what that means is that you can do a 360-degree turn with a wheelchair. And you know, when I first came in here, I was like, what's that? That's your shower. That's your shower.
Okay.
So there's no curb,
Yeah.
and you don't even know it, but the floor is sloped that way. Yeah. So you have this seat, nice and soft, and it's big, huh? It's wide. and it folds up if you don't need it. But if you need it, you got it. So let's say you're independent and you just need assistance getting in. So the caregiver comes, helps you get in. This is not to pull wheelchairs in. It's to bring the wheelchair over and then you transfer over to the bench, right? And maybe you can still, you might not be ambulatory, but you still shower. So you get to do that. Anyway, if you don't need it, you don't need it. You just put it up and you use the whole, close the shower curtain. But if you need assistance getting into the shower, then the caregiver can help you get into the shower, leave you private, and they'll go along and make up the room. They make up the beds every day, they open up the curtains every day, and they do some light housekeeping every day. We provide all the linens, and we use resort quality linens. This is not a nursing home. We have good stuff. And I don't know if you noticed the grab bars over there to hang on to. And then there's 2 more over here. And if you ever get in trouble, you just pull the cord and they come running. But again, it's very pretty, but I like the functionality of it. Let's say you want to be checked every 2 hours, just in case you fall out of bed or something. 2 hours, you can bleed to death. So you really need to decide if you don't want somebody to check on you, or you do. Well, they're supposed to come in nice and quiet. They're not supposed to make a lot of noise. And they push this button. And what that does is it records that they were here.
Okay.
Now, you might say, nobody checked on me. Well, let's check. Maybe they didn't. So it's a tool that we use to supervise the caregivers. They have to actually come in the room to push the button. The way these suites work is that you can either have what we call a private suite or a private room. Okay? The difference is a private room is like this. It's very nice.
Right.
And when you want your privacy, you close the barn door. Okay? And then you don't have to worry about your friend on the other side coming through your room to get to the other side to go out the door. They have their own door. So every private room has its own access to the outside.